Welcome everyone to a Royal Caribbean Thrills and Spills special here on Cruise1st TV. And over the next half hour, we'll be showcasing some of the most fun-filled cruise adventures at sea. And we're going to be sailing big and sailing to amazing places too.
That's right. We'll take the incredible wonder of the seas around the Caribbean in August with a perfect day private island escape in the Bahamas, plus a perfect stay in Orlando where you can shop, ride and dine to your heart's content.
We're also taking a glamorous med adventure from Italy to Barcelona on the charming Voyager of the Seas, with a chance to take to the water yourself with a 3-night break in Venice. First up though, let's get on board the Oasis class of spectacular Royal Caribbean ships, the newly amplified Allure of the Seas. We fly you out to Barcelona on the last day of August to get straight on board and see all the new additions for yourself.
Wonderful. So it's gone through a major amplification process which happened in just last month actually, and so you're going to be seeing lots of new lovely additions to this beloved vessel, and you know, which is one of the largest in Royal Caribbean's fleet. But the lovely thing about their mega vessels is that you have got lots of different distinctive areas around the ship, neighborhoods they're called actually, which do give them each an individuality, which I love about Royal Caribbean. They've always done this so very well. You've got Central Park, for example, which is a whole area with live fresh plants. There's even dining venues like Chops Grill in in Central Park, and boutiques like Coach. So Jamie's Italian, for example. I love this. This makes it a real kind of proper Central Park feel. Bulgari's there. So these are some of the brand names, luxury brand names that you'll recognize when you're on board Royal Caribbean. The iconic rock climbing wall is bigger and better than ever before. Now this is brand new, and this is the Abyss, brand new to the Allure. This is an exciting slide experience, a dry slide, which will take you through an amazing abyss. And this is going to be something that I think you can't miss out on when you're on board. Of course, there's much more entertainment to be enjoyed as well, and this is right down in your central atrium as you walk through, like Sorrento's, the Italian, is right there, and you can grab a slice, in fact, if you don't want to sit down for a full meal. Late night dining, Johnny Rockets, and they put on a great show in there alongside bringing you delicious 1950s style burgers and shakes and sodas and all of that fun stuff. And
let me tell you about some of the changes as well, because out goes the Bionic Bar, replaced by, and I think this is so fun, the Pesky Parrot Tiki Bar. So they've got fruit-based cocktails there with rum, tequila and gin, and they have special cocktails as well. There's a brand new restaurant, the Mason Jar Restaurant, which you've seen on other Royal Caribbean ships, which is like Southern American classics like ribs and beef brisket and fried chicken. The pool deck has been completely and utterly revamped. There's a new Caribbean theming there and a new lime and coconut bar. The big production show is Mamma Mia. Here we go again. It's brilliant, and of course you don't have to pay for a ticket, and they can actually sing, which is good, unlike me, which is rather nice.
That's a great show. It's one of my favourites.
Yeah,
actually.
all the songs of ABBA to sing along
with. Oh my gosh, yes. You've got the ice show, Monopolize the Adventure. Skaters performed inspired by Monopoly with amazing feats of athleticism and artistry on the ice, and they do open skating sessions for you as well if you want to do that. Blue Planet, one of a kind environmentally charged show, which is great. You've got your classic, your favorites like the Flow Rider, and then of course your miniature fairground, which opens onto the Aqua Theatre as well. We're cruising out of Barcelona into Palma de Mallorca for a nice relaxing day, perhaps Bayside, grab a cocktail, or head over to Puerto Soller to enjoy the beach and the train over on that side of the island. It's a wonderful thing to do whilst you're in Mallorca. Then La Spezia, Italy is next, and this is really a stopping off point for Cinque Terre, but also Pisa and Florence. And in fact, you could do a tour which takes you to Pisa and Florence in a whole day. You've got to have your selfie taken by the Leaning Tower for sure. It's a must. You haven't been unless you've done it. Talking of selfies, you've got to have one next to the Colosseum, haven't you, when you're in Rome? When in Rome, enjoy the gelato and the pizza pizza while you're there too, and book an excursion with the ship, which will enable you to not worry about timings. Then it's Naples. Talk about ancient archaeology. This is the trip to see it all. And in fact, you've got to head to Pompeii to see thousands of years of history that was once buried under ash and rubble by the volcano Vesuvius. A day at sea even sees us back into Barcelona, the Bay of Barcelona, where you will disembark and head back to the UK. Of course, end-to-end flights are included, and this wonderful cruise adventure on the newly amplified, fantastic Oasis class Allure of the Seas.
Yeah, wonderful. We don't often see them in Europe, actually, so it's quite nice. It's quite close to home, which is really nice. Beautiful ship, beautiful time of year to see it as well. We're still in the summer, we're still in the sunshine. I am no long-range weather forecaster, but I'm guessing the weather's going to be much better over there. Will we have a summer this year? Who knows? Anyway, if you fancy this, nice little summer break, close to home, and all the action you can handle on board with Royal Caribbean. Ta-da! Look at this. It's a great price tag for Royal Caribbean. Really, really fantastic. And of course, you might be talking about the whole family here getting away. It's a cheeky night. It might just work with the end of the school summer holidays for you as well. That's flights to and Barcelona included, and a full week of cruising on the brand newly amplified Oasis class Allure of the Seas. She had lots of new additions, lots of restyling, lots of updates on board as well, as you cruise your way off to Palma de Mallorca, to Florence, Rome and Naples in Italy, back into Barcelona. Treat yourselves and the whole family to a fun adventure, and here's everything that's included. Talk to the team if you want to play around with the stays as well. Well, actually, we haven't any stays on this one, have we? We're flying straight out and fly straight back from Barcelona. So if you want to add a couple of nights, no problem whatsoever. We can sort that out when you book. Just call us and we'll make that happen. There are other dates from now up to October this year. Obviously, the price varies by date. So again, talk to the team. Call us free on 0800 953 4700, and we will give you the very, very latest gen on what's going on with Royal Caribbean. Of course, we book all the Royal Caribbean cruises as well, so anything you see out there. Maybe you've seen a deal with somebody else for Royal Caribbean. Bring it to us and the price and the dates and the details, and we'll see if we can match or beat that price tag as well. Now, I'm just having a little flick through one of our latest brochures. They are absolutely fantastic. They are full of big pictures and wonderful offers, and they are very, very good offers as well. And I'd love to tell you more, but we send these out around about once a month. So if you fancy one and getting onto the mailing list, just give us a call. 0800 953 4700. Just give us your name and address and we'll do that. You can sign up online on our website at Cruise1st.tv, and you can read them right now in their digital form, if you can work out how to turn the pages on. It's very easy. On our website, Cruise1st.tv, and you will find it there. And as always, if you've got any questions about dates or stays or cruises or cruise lines or whatever, just talk to the team. It is an absolutely free call.
It is, and we are open, of course, for you 7 days a week.
Yes.
Now, time to get yourself on the Velocicoaster. Say hi to Mickey and zip line across the top deck as we meet Royal Caribbean's Wonder of the Seas in Orlando. Now, we've got a 10-night trip all packed up for the 15th of August, flying you out of the UK to Orlando. Fast passes at the ready. We're staying for 2 nights in a hotel.
Yes.
It's the only way to go, Mr. P tells us, those fast passes, because it gets you through so fast when you're heading to Disney.
It's the only way of doing all the rides that you want to in one day, really, to be honest with you, because it is very, very busy, and it's quite nice. You do feel a little smug going past everyone.
Especially you can go on the Tower of Terror twice, or that's you've got to do that. And of course, there's SeaWorld, there's also Universal. Then it's down to Port Canaveral to join the Wonder of the Seas on a brilliant adventure. And of course, you've been on board, haven't you, Derek? And this is Oasis class at its finest. Oh my word! One of the happiest cruises ever. I mean, you know that I'm a big Royal Caribbean fan as well, and you know why as well. It's just this vastness of the ship, and that means that there are so many different things to do. Please, and I say this so often, I know, please, please, please don't let big ship put you off doing any cruise whatsoever, because actually everything is configured in such a way that
things are on key decks. It's actually very, very simple to find your way around.
I was a bit worried there for a moment, but you did come out the other side. So all's well, everybody.
It was quicker than the elevator as well, let me tell you. I came down 10 decks there in one. It's brilliant.
Yeah, I know. I mean, and I love the way that that you've got that kind of boardwalk, which reminds you of almost like a traditional seaside resort that then walks you into the aquatheatre. Which is, you know, a real unique feature of Oasis Class. Now, Zip Rider, when I was on Oasis Class a few years ago, they didn't have the zip line. So, you know, it's a lovely addition to the newer ships, which is great. And then, of course, the water slides, you've got a whole water park on offer for you, which is fun for all the family.
You'll just love it.
You will. And if you're travelling with the kiddos or grandkids, then Adventure Ocean will keep them entertained. And there's the rock climbing. This is the place to do it on a cruise.
And that's a bigger challenge than you expect it to be, let me tell you. You can see you're nicely and safely attached, so you can let go at any time. And the great thing is you're not paying any extra for that as well. And that's a brilliant thing for the whole family to do, and it's quite an achievement. You can have a little competition between you to see who can get the highest, see if one of you can ring the bell. That golf course, by the way, that fun golf course there, is much, much bigger than it looks on the video as well. You're amazed at just how many options there are. It's brilliant. This, again, is on the boardwalk, so where the carousel is as well. Nice big sweet shop. Johnny Rockets is there. There's a sports bar there. At night you've got karaoke, dedicated karaoke venue. You've got late night pizza going on. Honestly, no matter what age you are, you will have just the most brilliant time. And you'll kind of, I think when you watch the videos of Royal Caribbean, I think it's very difficult to get.
Yes.
When you get on board, that's when you think, oh, I get it now. I get it. Why have we not been doing this forever? Because this is brilliant, because it's such a safe space for everyone. And as I say with all the cruises, no matter what your interest is, you might be thinking, well, I'm not zipline. You're not getting me on the zipline. You're not getting me climbing up the wall. That's fine. No problem. There are thousands of other different options.
Oh,
you can go to the solarium and disappear in absolute serenity. And that's why this is the cruise line for everyone.
You could do a digital class, you know, with your, down in the internet room. They do loads of different options there. You could do a crafting class. You could be scrapbooking, or you could be colouring in. Adult colouring in is a massive thing now, as we know. It's very relaxing. You could be making something, you could be learning a new skill, you could be learning how to crochet, you could macrame. They have so many options. So I'm just giving you examples. And then there's enrichment too. Of course, you can go to a lecture, you can learn about something that you've maybe not had the time at home to go and listen to a lecture about. That's the beauty of being on a cruise.
And just quickly, the aqua theatre shows, honestly, your mouth will be open all the way through it, because the talent there is just spectacular. And that's quite aside the main production shows in the Royal Theatre as well. You are going to absolutely love this. We are cruising out of Port Canaveral, and you're going to have the most incredible 7 nights. Yeah,
we are straight into the perfect day at Coco Cay, the first stop here, with Daredevil's Peak and the tallest water slide in North America, which is incredible. So there's tons of water slides, in fact, 1,500 feet of them. And this is something that is quite unique to Coco Cay as opposed to other, you know, private islands, and it is your own personal paradise. Now, although that is all singing or dancing, there's also the very nice natural side of the island where you can enjoy the beaches. Another zip line adventure for you. You can do things like, you know, go out and swim with the dolphins or stingrays. You can pick your choice of great excursions to actually book with the team on board, like you would excursions in another port, except it's your own private island. 20 floating cabanas and 10 beach cabanas, with a dedicated cabana attendant, and there's a hot air balloon as well. This is the most fun you could possibly have in paradise, if you ask me. And then it's time for us to cruise to Charlotte Amalie in fabulous St. Thomas, probably my favourite Caribbean island of all time. Not only is it beautiful, not only is the marine life incredible, but there's so much diversity. You've got, for example, Paradise Point to see great views and great shopping downtown. Then it's St. Kitts, Basseterre, where you might want to head to the Nevis Bath Springs, natural springs in the jungle. But talking of the jungle, there's lots of monkeys to see when you're out on safari there. Cheeky ones, that's for sure. Yeah, hide your belongings, as always. We are back into Orlando after a day at sea, where you'll disembark and we'll fly you back to the UK.
This is brilliant. This is your chance, I mean, for everyone, I think, to kind of go back to their childhood. I have to say, the first time I went to Orlando was last year, Mr. P, wasn't it? I have to keep asking Mr. P because I have such a bad memory myself. So it was the first time. It does feel like a long time ago, actually. And that was the first time I went at the grand old age of. Had I just turned?
26?
Yes, thank you. I just turned, nearly twice that, Joe, actually. 51, I just turned. First time in Orlando was like the biggest kid. Honestly. It was like being 13 all over again. And I've done all of the, I used to work at Blackpool Pleasure Beach here in the UK. It's one of the biggest tourist attractions here in the UK. And I've been to Thorpe Park and I've been to Alton Towers. I've done all of that, but it was quite a long time ago. So to go out to Orlando, do the Disney thing, do the theme park thing. It was ridiculously brilliant. I was like a kid all over again. And I want you to have those great times as well, even if you're not going on all of the big rides. Listen, I've been on the Velocicoaster. My head's still recovering from that Velocicoaster experience, let me tell you. I couldn't do anything the following day after doing that ride. It was just brilliant, though, and I'm so glad that I did it. So you're going to have the greatest time in Orlando, and then you're going to have this week of wonder in the Caribbean on kind of like the theme park equivalent on a cruise ship. I mean, that's basically what it is. It's theme park and resort and hotel and pool and relaxing spaces and wonderful food and so much included in the price tag for you as well. Flights included as well, and here's your price tag. It's so good. Honestly, I cannot tell you how much I got out of being in this part of the world and also seeing the Caribbean as well. I hadn't seen the Caribbean until last year, and it is spectacular. It is everything that people tell you it's going to be. You know why so many people go and disappear into the Caribbean, because it's beautiful. It's away from all the cares and worries and troubles and woes that we've got, going on in our everyday lives. It's brilliant. And if you've got children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren, take all of them, take all of the members of the whole family, because Royal Caribbean is your cruise line for the whole family. It's a stunning ship. I've been on board and cruised with it. Loved it. You'll love the sheer variety of different things that are going on and the places to be all the time. And you can try all the brand new fun stuff. It's really, really good. Everyone that you take will love it. And your package, remember, here for this price, flies you out to Orlando first for 2 nights in a hotel. And then that can be shopping time, or it can be theme park time, or it can be both of those things. It's a great place to enjoy before your adventure on Wonder of the Seas. And that's a week of cruising. Including, remember, your first port, which is Perfect Day at Coco Cay, which is the private theme park paradise, and it's yours, just the people from the ship on the island for that day, and going around the Caribbean for a week, back to Fort Lauderdale for your flight back to the UK. You will by then have booked the next cruise, I think, having done this one. Absolutely. I think you'll just find this addictive and want to go back to the Caribbean at least once a year. Here's everything that's included in this offer. And listen, I've been talking about the Caribbean for 15 years before I actually went there. Seen all the videos, but actually when you go there, nothing puts you there. And it's amazing. On this offer, by the way, you can see on the screen, and it's not a mistake, your ocean view and balcony prices are the same. Let me explain that. What we're doing is a promotion where if you pay the ocean view price for an extra $199, we will bump you up to balcony. So it's a free upgrade. For the price of an ocean view, we'll get you to balcony. Lots of different choices of cabins around the ship as well. So again, talk to the team. And there are other dates for this cruise running from June to August, where the route might change and be slightly different on some of the dates in the summer. Plus, if you want even longer in Orlando, and I definitely recommend that if it's your first time, just add them with the team when you book. 0800 953 4700. Do you know what? Your adventures with a cruise and stay package with us, you are just going to have the greatest time. And listen, I know you can go and, search on the internet, do comparisons and whatever, and put it all together yourself in one way or the other, but you blow budgets really, really quickly. When you book with us, you give us all of the responsibility. And listen, we've been doing this holiday booking thing for quite a few years now.
With 25 years of travel expertise, when booking with Cruise1st, you can be sure that you're dealing with the cruise specialists. We work with all the major cruise lines to bring you the most comprehensive selection of exclusive deals you won't find anywhere else. We can tailor-make the perfect holiday for you, adding hotel stays and exciting land tours so you can fully immerse yourself in the destinations you're visiting. As a fully bonded member of APTA and ATOL Protected, you have the peace of mind that your booking is always safe with us. We've been here on your TV screens for over a decade, making us the longest running cruise channel in the UK. We make it easy to budget for your dream holiday. With many of our deals, just pay a deposit today and you then have until your due date to pay the balance. Plus, we're one of the highest rated cruise agents on Trustpilot, with over 7,000 independent reviews. This all means that you can be fully confident when booking your next exciting adventure with Cruise1st.
Yeah, honestly, I know I talk about I can talk about Orlando and the Caribbean all day long, and actually you're so much more well-travelled than I am, Joe. But for me, honestly, in discovering it, I'm going to say later in life, I've got a few more miles on the clock than you, Joe, for instance. It's great discovering the world.
Yeah.
I know you can take it for granted because you've done so much world.
I don't think you'd ever take it for granted. It's just as exciting. Your next trip is just as exciting as the ones that have come before, and that's why you need to always continue to have these trips booked to look forward to. And the thing is, we find places that we love that we want to come back to, like the Caribbean. And like you said, it's just such an easy breezy feeling when you're out there. No pressure. And I always love that saying, no shirt, no shoes, no problem. Jimmy Buffett, the singer. If you've been to Margaritaville, you'll know what I'm talking about.
Absolutely.
But yeah, you take it at your pace. And we have a final package for you as well, which could be one for the whole family. Friends you go away with, or just a cheeky escape, as we combine the glamour of Venice with the high-octane thrills of Royal Caribbean. Now, this is 10 nights on the beginning of the 12th of September, where we fly you out to Venice, grab a cornetto, explore the city and the islands, and you've got 3 nights here in a hotel.
I just should caveat there to say I don't think you can buy a cornetto in Venice. I think the Italians would be very. Wouldn't be an actual.
But it would be wrong. It would be a
gelato.
Travesty. Yeah, you probably can, but you wouldn't want to because the gelato is so good.
Yeah, absolutely.
And got Piazza San Marco, the Rialto Bridge, and of course what you're referring to is what the gondolier sings in that famous advert. And by the way, if you take a gondola experience with a gondolier, they do sing. It's great. We're then going to transfer you to the cruise port in Ravenna, which is a hop, skip and a jump away, for your cruise on board the Voyager of the Seas. And you've got 7 nights to enjoy the Mediterranean on this escape, which is wonderful. The Voyager is a beloved ship from the Royal Caribbean fleet, and really, featured the first of a lot of the advancements that Royal Caribbean was bringing to the world of cruising, which is wonderful. And there's lots of, real loyal customers that love coming back to this ship. You can understand why when you get on board. It does feel like a home from home, but with all of the bells and whistles that Royal Caribbean is known for, such as that lovely big central atrium with the walk-through where they have the parades with all the characters, silent disco, 80s night, 90s night, 60s night, 70s night, you name it. Lots and lots of fun, of course. And you have also the ice dancing on board, and you can do your sessions as well and learn, maybe learn to ice skate or just have a little bit of fun ice skating. Mini golf, which is, a lot of ships don't have the space for this, so it's nice to have that option to do mini golf. And then, of course, there's all your favorite treatments in the spa. You can actually go and book a whole treatment session with a package of, massage, manicure, pedicure, all of that stuff included. And then there's the thermal suite pass, which will enable you to head on up to the sauna and, thermal suite whenever you want to, if you just speak to the team up there. So lots to be had, lots to see and lots to do. Now we're cruising out of Ravenna, and a day at sea will see us into fabulous Messina in Sicily. Beautiful. Now, a lot of people will want to head up to Mount Etna to explore that volcano at the summit, but also downtown, strolling the downtown of Messina is the way to see Italy, I always think, with the lovely architecture. Then it's Civitavecchia. If you don't want to head into Rome, Civitavecchia itself does boast a really lovely, relaxed seaside charm, and you've got lots of cafes and boutiques. So, if you just want to stroll around the area, there'll be plenty to see there as well. La Spezia's next, and this is the gateway for Cinque Terre, which is the 5 neighbouring villages, such as Levanto. And you can hike through the mountains. It's a spectacular route. It really is. Takes a couple of hours. Well worth it, though, if if you love to hike. Then it's Nice, and Nice in the Côte d'Azur is the stopping off point for Monaco, Monte Carlo, Cannes, and Saint-Tropez. So these are all places you can head to on excursion, or even by train. There's a coastal train service that will take you there. Then it's Marseille, and Marseille is the largest port in France, and it has a lot of lovely history and charm. And you've got to pick up the Savon, the famous soap from Marseille. Take a few bars home with you for sure, made with olive oil, lovely. Then we are back into Barcelona, where you'll disembark, and we'll fly you back home to the UK. So you're starting in Venice, disembarking in Barcelona, end-to-end flights included, and also that magnificent itinerary for you.
It's a lovely trip, this. It's really nice. Again, when it comes to, finding places for the first time, I think the first time I went to Venice was about 10, 11 years ago. And just, oh no, actually I went before as well. I've been a couple of times actually, but the last time I went was about 10 or 11 years ago. And it's just awe-inspiring. I mean, you just walk around it and sail around it, because you kind of have to, because it's minus roads and it's all water, and it's stunning. And being there on the main canal from St Mark's Square at 7 o'clock in the morning, and you just see it coming to life, and it's all the lovely canal traffic. It's incredible. So Venice to Barcelona, amazing. Great itinerary too, taking you through Italy, Sicily and France for September. And of course you've got your stay in Venice here as well, and flights all sorted. Look, 1199 per person. It's really, really good. And you can grab this today with a deposit of just £199 each, which is brilliant. So remember, that flies you out to Venice. You've got 3 nights there in a hotel, which is fabulous. Then we've included a transfer from Venice to Ravenna, where you cruise from, and you join Voyager of the Seas for a week of Western Med cruising, going to Messina in Sicily, to Rome, to Florence, Nice and Provence ports in France, ending in Barcelona, and then we fly you back to the UK. And of course, if you want to add a stay in Barcelona, do that with our team when you call. Here's everything that's included. It's a lovely, lovely little offer, I have to say to you. It's really, really nice. And the opportunity of, you've got 3 nights in Venice already, but if you wanted longer, if you've never been, do 5 nights in Venice, because it's wonderful. Not only is there Venice itself, and all the wonder and the charm. And it's not just going on a gondola and doing all of that. Lots of other adventures you can have there. You can go to the nearby islands of Murano and Burano, which are really lovely. The famous Murano glass comes from just near Venice as well. Just your magical time in Venice is great. Oh, again on this one, you see the ocean view and the balcony prices are the same. That's because if you pay us now for an ocean view upgrade, we'll upgrade you to a balcony for free. So that balcony price should be much higher, but we're doing a free ocean view to balcony upgrade if you decide to treat yourselves on this one. That'd be lovely, wouldn't it? Call us now, 0800 953 4700. Do you know the wonder of travel and discovering new places is quite magic? You know, if you've only ever holidayed in the UK or very close to the UK, you know, when it comes to holiday conversations, of course, people's conversations are much bigger these days, aren't they, when it comes to things like that? Oh yeah, we've been to Australia, we've been to New Zealand, we've been to the Caribbean, and you think, oh, I feel like I've not really been anywhere. Yeah. And these cruises, they change that in a single cruise, don't they?
Do. And in one cruise, you can just tick off so many places that have been on your travel bucket list in one fell swoop, and know that you've been to a ton of countries. That's the great thing about Mediterranean cruising as well, and Asian cruising, and all of them.
World cruising as well, remember. You see the stories in the papers at the moment that some people are going, actually, you know what, it's cheaper to do a world cruise than it is to pay for a retirement home, and you kind of think, oh, okay, well, I can see the plus points in that. What a wonderful way to live.
I can't say I blame you. Yeah, and they're amenable to everybody. This is the great thing. If you struggle with your mobility, that doesn't matter on a cruise. You've got the option of scooters and wheelchairs and things like that. So, they cater to absolutely everybody.
They certainly do. Anyway, listen, we've got many more ideas. I'm afraid we're going to keep throwing them at you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on this channel. But it's all good news, though. So whenever you need a break from the world, just come and see us, and we'll just talk about lovely, sunshine, fabulous, affordable, tempting holidays. How does that sound? Brilliant. See you soon.
Bye for now.